G'day, welcome to another edition of the BFNL Footy Show. Looking ahead to this weekend's big games, and my name's Yeendy. Always pumped to be with you. I'm joined by Scott Carey again, the operations manager of the BFNL. And mate, we're getting ready for down the home stretch of the BFNL. But look, the competition's just getting closer and it's getting better, and you couldn't be happier, could you?
Yeah, it's good, mate. You go into each week and hard to tip. I'm sure the people on the McDonald's margins each week are finding it very difficult to pick that one. So, yeah, it's fantastic to see such close games, and yeah, there could be a few more surprises to come. Certainly,
as we look ahead to the first game that we'll cover, and Ballarat sitting in 10th position take on East Point in 7th position. There's 6 points separating these sides on the ladder, but given that Ballarat's form in the last month hasn't been too bad, East Point coming off the bye, this could be one of the more intriguing matches of the round.
Yeah, it certainly could be. Draw between these two sides earlier in the year. Yep. Could be another one. I don't know if you've seen that too many times in a season, but that's kind of how it's going at the moment. Ballarat, yeah, you probably wouldn't deserve to be sitting in 10th, but they are, but they're a red-hot shot for this one, certainly at home. So, yeah, I'm going to go the Swans.
I've got to back East Point. They've just come off the bye. They need this one to keep their finals dreams firmly in the mix, and there's a bit of a logjam around the 6th position. So if they win this, they're back in form. Another blockbuster game on 97.9 FM. They've had a few good games this year. We've got the Sunbury Lions and the Redan Lions down at Clark Oval, and there's a lot riding on this one, 4th and 5th, respectively, for these two sides.
Yeah, massive game. It has been for the last few years, played in a couple of grand finals against each other, and a bit of an added one to this game with the Risk Family Memorial match as well, which played around this time between the two sides. So we wish Sunbury Footy Club all the best with that. Another ripping game between the two Lions. Sunbury again disappointed probably with last week's result. Redan ticking along. Usually is a close game with this one. I'm going to go with Redan in this one, Yeendy. I think they're probably just playing the better footy at the moment.
I'm going to go with the Lions in this one, so it could apply for either. But I'll stick with the home team. If they get this win on the board, then they're back up there with Redan, and then all of a sudden it just leaves the 5 for 6 spot, because a loss by the Sunbury Lions could almost make it challenging for them to sort of, I guess, finish in the finals, because they'll bring them back with the rest down below, and it'll open up a handy gap in 4th spot. North Ballarat City take on Lake Windaree at your Mars Stadium. Promises to be a good game, and the surface holding up beautifully as well, mate.
Yeah, it's coming along really nicely. Obviously getting ready for the AFL match between the Bulldogs and Port Adelaide in about a month's time. So, yeah, the stadium and the ground's coming fantastically, and both sides are starting to play some good footy. So, this is going to be a cracker.
Yeah, obviously, but get Lake Windaree, they expect them to go on their merry way in a very good, hard contest as we look ahead to Bacchus Marsh and Melton. Now, Melton, they did push Redan last week, and the Cobras, coming off a very, very big win. Are Melton a chance?
They are. This game last year, Melton actually played really well and got within a couple of kicks, almost led at a couple of stages of that game. So they're certainly capable of doing it. Whether this year's any different, I don't think so. I think Bacchus Marsh is going to be too good in this one.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And the final game, we've got Melton South versus Sebastian. South win this. Well, it makes things very interesting, because if Redan beats Sunbury, then all of a sudden Melton South they'll be firmly entrenched in the top 6, and it'll make it very hard for anyone else to get in.
That's right. Yeah, I don't think Melton South will be letting this one slip. They understand how important this win will be to get clear of potentially Sunbury or get in touch with them as well. So, look, Panthers are going to be too strong in this one, especially at home.
Panthers win this one, and then we see Melton. If Melton lose and Ballarat upstage East Point, then we've got a 2-game gap opening up between 7th and 6th. So we want to still keep the dream alive for those two teams, but that's the reality of it all. So hopefully, we'll see a few twists and turns in this one yet. Scotty, thanks so much for joining us on this edition of the BFNL Footy Show, and we look forward to watching with great progress as the season unfolds.
So, cheers, Ian.